Thank you for clicking on episode 122 of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. This is a special episode as producer Matt and Logan Tyler had to hold things down in the studio, while Jimmy Lewis had to call in via Zoom from a secret location, and he had Ricky Brayback, Andrew Short, and Johnny Campbell join in on the call. Together, the five of us were able to answer a lot of questions that were sent in to us via the email and from the chat, one of which was trying to solve a coolant issue in a Honda 450X. This episode also features a very special announcement regarding Rooster Endo. Moto is now offering $100 gift certificates to the winner of each episode of Rooster Endo. So if you are interested in submitting your bike, go ahead and email it to matt@jimmylewisoffroad.com or comment it on any of our Facebook posts. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors who make this show possible: Yamaha, Climb, Scott Sports, DDC, Trail Tech, Moto, and Bulletproof Designs. Without these guys, the show wouldn't be possible, so go ahead and please show them some support. And now, enjoy the show. All right. Live from Pahrump, Nevada, episode 122 of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. What do we talk about here, Logan?
Motorcycles and motorcycle-related products.
That's right. This is my co-host, Logan Tyler, and our other co-host coming to us from... Where the hell are you coming from, Jimmy?
Secret location.
Secret location.
Got it. Actually, my motorhome. I'm in my motorhome.
Oh, okay. They finally reel you back to the secret base at Area 51? Because
maybe this could happen. Like, you could lock me out of my own office and house, and then I just have to go in my motorhome. Like, kind of like what my wife does sometimes.
Right.
But we're not there yet. But I am someplace different and a little bit remote.
Okay. I hear there might be some other guests joining you tonight.
I found possibly some guests if they can make it out of the motorhome that they're in and come over to this motorhome. Their motorhome's nicer.
Okay.
It has heat. It has heat and a generator running and all the other stuff. And I think this one's more stable in the wind. We're going through a pretty severe windstorm right now. So
okay.
Good times. Hey, I want to thank all of our sponsors of this show. And in relation to sponsors, we got some big news. Big news for the viewers of this show. So this is why you got to tune in early, because then I'll tell you there's big news, and then you have to wait the whole damn time to figure out what it is. But it has something to do with Rooster Endo, and there might be a really good sponsor that's come in that's going to reward the viewers for Rooster Endo. So stay tuned for that one. You could win. So I'd like to thank Yamaha, Blue Crew, Scott Sports. We're going to see how I don't know how to take a goggle lens out. Thank you, Andrew Short. Climb. What did I wear today? I wore matching gear. It was strange. My gear matched today. Well, kind of. At least my boots matched my pants. So my CD boots matched my Climb pants, which matched some other stuff. So that was good. I was wearing the Dakar pants today, which were perfect because it started out cold, got warm. I just zipped down, all good. DDC sprockets. DDC is the lightweight stainless steel everlasting sprockets, I like to say. Trail Tech. I used Voyager Pro today. I was getting some track logs for some new stuff that we're doing, which is really good. Moto. This may be our new sponsor. It is our new sponsor. They're sponsoring Rooster Endo. They've got the next few episodes, and we'll let you in on it when we get there. And of course, designs.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, you like how what?
I like how you said we got a special announcement. I'm going to make you wait, and then you just sort of gave it away there.
But I didn't give it away. Nobody knows what it really is.
Okay. I kind of thought I gave it away. What about you, Logan?
I don't know what it is, but I think I know what it is.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I didn't feel Logan in, so he doesn't know what it is. He's learning like the rest
he doesn't know what it is. Logan, what is it?
Does Tech Talk Taco Moto give you a free or some kind of...
That's enough. Okay, zip it. Yep, zip it. Yeah, you got inside info. You're paying attention. That's strange.
Yeah.
It's strange that he does actually know what's going on in the show sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. But Matt, you told me specifically that he could run the show.
He can run the show. I don't know if he has the confidence, but I know he can do it. I know Logan is capable of running this show.
Logan, keep submitting those proposals on how you can take over. I'll take them. I got some resumes this week, by the way. I did get some resumes. I haven't had time to review them, but anyways, we're going to talk about motorcycles and motorcycle related products. I will have some special guests come in here. Like, what, do they watch TV over there? The other one? We don't know. It's a secret over here. But I guess we're going to go right into the chat questions. Do we have any chat questions we got going on? The roulette of chat.
There was one that came up pretty quickly. Oh, I maxed it. Hold on. I'm cutting Logan's head off with you. I got to move you. I got to move you, Jimmy. There we go.
Finn825 says that Stark bike looks unreal. Crazy.
We are going to talk about the Stark. What was it called? The Stark Burr. I actually saw the name of it here. I had, because of all this, I had to go watch the video, and I tell you what, I've seen videos like this before. And they're Stark Varg. It's called the Varg.
Yeah, which is Swedish for wolf, by the way. So it's the
like
wolf.
Some kind of special wolf, though, like strong wolf, or what was it?
The electric wolf.
Their marketing stuff is basically saying that this thing walks on water. Actually, they do. No, they don't say it walks on water. They say you can ride it underwater to a certain depth. So we'll just start with that, and I'm gonna leave it there until I get to a little bit farther question there. But yeah, it reminds me a little of the way that Cannondale went about kind of introducing their bike at the time. It was a little bit different, but some of the same stuff where I kind of wish that they kind of wound down the spring a little bit, because until we ride it, until we see it, you can say anything you want. I'm not gonna believe it. But some of the claims are a little bit out there, but some of the stuff on it is nice. It's good, but it had just a little bit too much of a polish on it for me personally. Okay,
so what about it reminds you of the Cannondale launch?
Oh, they're going to revolutionize everything. It's the most powerful. They didn't say lightest weight because they claimed 242 pounds, which isn't lightweight. But they claimed range of a current motocross bike, more power by 30%.
The power to weight ratio.
Yeah, the power to weight ratio. With it, some of the stuff they were talking was lofty. We'll just call it lofty. And unfortunately, I read some stuff quickly about like how they said how long it was going to take to charge and how you're going to be able to charge it, and it doesn't compute. Knowing what I know, knowing what my experience has been with electric bikes, and I would say the most high performance one that I ever rode was the Alta. Mm-hmm. And right before they went under, so it was the latest version of the Alta. And I don't think that this much has changed in the 3 years it's been since that, in some of the technology to get this thing, where it's going to be the most powerful motocross bike ever produced. So
right, because because I had saw 80 horsepower. They were toting that, but what I thought was interesting was they're also claiming that you could set it to a 125 all the way up to a 650.
Yeah, and this is can be done. There's no problem to be able to tune a motor. And when they started talking about the app, and it literally comes with a phone if you put a SIM card in it, and the phone controls everything about the motorcycle. This is where electric should go and needs to go. But, when you start talking about how quickly it can charge, how much power it can make, how long it lasts, there's some finite stuff in there that I don't know if we're ready for this yet. I don't
if we have the solutions.
$11,000 they're talking for the price, or is $11,000 or $12,000 for the price. Claimed availability September of 22. So all I know is what I saw in the video, and that's what they say.
Right. The claim I had the biggest question on was I was a little unsure how they're going to get the bike to continue to perform as if it had a full battery, even when the battery starts to die. That's my biggest question, is how they're claiming that. Because I thought I saw something about they're using new air cooling techniques to try and get that to do it. But to me, is the battery, as it starts to drain, I don't know how it's going to keep providing the same power as if it were at full charge when it starts to die.
Yeah, and this is the ordinary common problems. I mean, you see the high performance electric cars are getting way better, but the thing that the car has is it has a lot of space to have a lot of battery capacity, and they have a lot of very ingenious ways to cool it. Cars also have regen built in. So I didn't see anything in there. They really didn't talk about regen from what I could see. I just don't see that, it's more weight, it's more complexity. Maybe it does have something like this, but they're talking about, in my world, technology is 3 to 5 years out, and they're saying they're going to have it available in September. So we'll see. I'm sure there'll be more information released, and it was a very well polished piece, and they said all of the right things. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see what. Are you trying to give me that studio lighting here?
Yeah, you look good now.
Yeah, you got Andrew Short over here giving me studio lighting. Says I look better.
Producer Andrew.
Yeah, could be.
Hey,
Actually, Andrew's wondering like something, like he was talking about something. Maybe you need a podcast, Andrew.
No.
All you do is you just go to a Mexican restaurant, order some tequila, and set up a camera. Just that's how this started.
And talk to Janie.
Well, she usually yells at her customers, tells them to shut up, but it distracts from the show. But good show. Thank you to Romero's Mexican Food. Taco Tuesday, the Taco Tuesday portion of this show was from there. So
right.
Any other questions pop up in our chat there, guys?
You want to check Logan? Because I saw another one. But back to the electric bikes, because I'm actually kind of excited. I can see electric bikes being a good thing, whereas I know most people in the industry would probably want to, they would condemn me for saying that. But
no, I think, there's just like people hate 4-strokes. 4-strokes suck. No 4-strokes, and they're all about 2-strokes. And then what is everybody riding? And what do you see with 2-stroke versus 4-stroke? It's like, yeah, there's people that just like them, and then so it's the same thing. They'll be electric. It will be another thing. It's coming. It's going to evolve. We'll see how it happens.
Right. Cool. Logan, you got the next question?
Yeah. Who's that guy?
Who's which guy?
That's the guy's name.
Oh, who's that guy?
Yeah.
I don't know who that guy is, but it's okay.
How upgradable is the suspension on a Sierra 300L?
How what?
Credible.
Upgradable.
Upgradable or credible?
Upgradable. Like should you buy a 300L and instantly send, like, and then can you upgrade it yourself, or do you have to send it to one of the suspension shops and pay thousands of dollars?
So I haven't personally seen or ridden one of those bikes, so I don't know. So they're very simple, basic suspension components. And I don't know if the shock is rebuildable on that particular bike. So I have to see one. Some of those play bikes, family bikes, the shocks are welded shut. And I know from my CRF 230, you're able to take it apart, but there's no way to recharge it. So you actually have to drill a hole and thread in a Schrader valve in the top of the shock body to be able to recharge it with nitrogen when you've taken it apart. And it's difficult to take apart because it wants to explode. So, because I think I don't even know how I think there's like a rubber, they kind of like a KTM shock in some ways. They actually pierce through a rubber thing to charge it up. And then that's a one-time use only thing. But, and there's companies that will do all kinds of different things for those bikes, and there are different shocks available. And the front forks are very easy to add things. If it's not a cartridge fork, there's cartridge emulators that you can buy, and of course different springs. And it's not a high performance bike. So sometimes just adding some springs would make a big difference depending on, what you're trying to get out of it. So hopefully that answers your question. Anything more specific, let me know, but I'm not an expert on that bike. I did spend some time on the 250L, but I don't know a whole bunch about the 300.
Finn 825. I want to get a Recluse auto clutch on my 450X. Should I get the Radius X or CX?
On the Honda 450X.
Mm-hmm.
So every step up makes a pretty significant difference. And if you read the test we did on it was like a long-term modifications on a 2019 Sierra 450X, and it applies to the RX because it's a very similar clutch. We kind of go into detail talking about the improvements, and it just seems like, and we left it as a manual clutch for a long time and kind of did the different steps. And I'm trying to recall I'd have to go back and read it because I don't remember specifically. I think between those two, there's an extra level of adjustment that you get when you go to the CX, or it goes to maybe it goes to having more clutch plates. So like I said, I don't remember all these things specifically. That's why I write them down. So read that, and that will answer your question for sure. But like anything, you spend more money and you get something a little bit better. And in this case, it really does make a difference. And if you got the extra $200, I think $200-$300 more, it's $200 to $300 more clutch performance when you upgrade like this.
So just because I don't want Logan to use this guy's language, there is someone in the chat who's saying, "Don't get a Recluse. Why the fuck does a guy need a Recluse anyway?"
Oh, you didn't want Logan to use the language, but you're willing to, is Jimmy in the room there?
Jimmy is in the room. He's actually, how I normally sit in my little corner and I have one headphone on to make sure the audio's synced up and everything.
Right.
That's what Jimmy's doing tonight.
Is Bob there?
Bob is not here.
Bob's not there.
MIA. We don't know where he is. Hope he didn't get lost on the way.
So
maybe he thought he needed to go pick up pizza and he's still waiting for it.
By the way, thanks for protecting Logan's ears from those horrible cuss words. I do on occasion try not to use them, but okay. Like, I'm just going to go out there on a limb and I'm going to just guess that what did he say? Don't use the word again. He said, "Why do you want a Recluse anyways?"
Yes. Why do you want a Recluse?
And did he say something about the guy's riding ability or?
No. He just said, why do you need one? And he did apologize for the language, but he also said he's just a hater of the Recluse.
Right. Okay.
I'm the same way.
Andrew,
I don't like the auto clutch. I run a Recluse, but I run the torque drive.
Welcome to the show, Monster Energy Factory Yamaha Rally Racing's Andrew Short.
I was sitting over on the side over there.
He was doing the lighting here.
He went from producer to being a guest.
So do you guys on your factory rally bike? Is it Recluse parts in the clutch?
Yeah.
But you run a standard regular clutch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Torque drive. But there's two different types of torque drive.
How's that?
This is where I get confused. I don't know. I ordered a torque drive clutch for my my motocross bike because my stock basket was getting all notchy.
Right.
So I got nice ones, but it has different amount of plates. It's not like the standard clutch.
So there's torque drive manual.
Yeah.
And then there's torque drive, like you can have torque drive like to the other.
And they make so many different styles.
Lots of different parts and things. So I think with certain ones, like you said, the plates get thinner and you get more plates.
This is what I have now.
Right.
It's awesome.
So if you're a really super awesome rider that's far superior to everybody else, then you don't need the auto clutch. But if you're like me, then you prefer the auto clutch because it elevates you up like a whole skill level. This happens. I promise you, you take somebody that's struggling, they're stalling all the time in the trailer or doing things, you put them on a recluse, and all of a sudden they're able to ride over things they ordinarily wouldn't. That happens with me. I'm a auto clutch guy, so I think, I don't know, I'll challenge that guy to a race. How's that?
Sounds good. You should do that. You should definitely do that.
But the guy who asked about the recluse, he's okay. He can go riding with me. The other guy we have to race first.
Are you going to break out the 570, which does not have the recluse?
No, my 570. That's like literally. I don't go anywhere without a 570. By the way, I'm less than 20 feet from a 570 right now, and the one that's in here has a recluse. It has the old. The ball bearings one. It's called. See, here's the name. We don't know the name of it. It's called not the EXP. It's
Isn't
called
it the Core?
No,
because I think this is what came on my Husaberg when I first bought it.
Yeah, it's
like
the first version of it. It's called the.
My wife had the EXP or whatever, and this was awesome.
Yeah. So there's all different kinds. Yeah. And your wife's a better rider than you.
You ask her.
I know. We've talked about it.
I don't like them because when you're going downhill, it just free wheels.
No, that's because you don't have it set up. You let me set up your recluse, and it drags all the time.
Then it's gonna not accelerate. I feel like
if you have a Husaberg 570.
Well,
yeah, that's what happens anyway. So yeah, we can have recluse clutch talk later. That guy, less bad words because we got kids watching.
But we have kids on the show.
You can say shit if you need
to. Right. Todd Keller did say that. Was it the Z-Start Pro? Is that what we're talking about?
Z-Start Pro. That's it. That's the one. Those had they had the smoothest engagement, but the lever activation, you might as well just take the clutch lever off, which is what they were encouraging you to do at the time. They wanted you to take your clutch lever off and put a brake lever up there. So you're like riding a mountain bike. But I never did that. I still, every once in a while, I'll still use the clutch to basically to disengage it.
It's funny to me how recluse is just known for the auto clutch. Like you say recluse and people just automatically assume this, but they make so many different versions and all the stuff's super high quality, and I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. I mean, I've never put recluse clutch parts in a bike that didn't improve the performance, at least with stuff that was for sale. I tested some stuff of theirs that was not ready for prime time, and that was the reason I was testing it. But when we tested, we complained about things or said, hey, this needs to be adjusted or fixed, and it got better. So the stuff that they're selling is good all across the line.
Right. They're good quality products. Okay.
They used to advertise on the show.
I know.
We need another clutch sponsor.
We do. What about Hinson? I have a Hinson on one of my bikes.
Yeah. I know some people at Hinson. We should call them, Matt.
Yeah. Hey, give
give
me a point of contact and I'll be on it. Well, I'll put Logan on it actually, since he's ready for my job.
The junior ad executive.
Yes. 100%.
Pays 15%.
More or less.
Do you have percentages down?
Oh, well.
Kind of. Okay. What's 10% of 100 then?
90. No, 10%. That's 0.10 or 0.1.
It's 10.
Oh,
I'll teach you a trick. We'll do math. Okay, we have math lessons after the show.
This isn't math taco Tuesday. Let's talk about the dirt bike shit. Let's go.
Well,
next question.
I'm just trying to put my touch to it.
Glenn, G-Day from Australia. How does the
mate
Beta RRZF suspension stack up against the WP Explorer on KTMs?
What's it down, bro?
One more time.
How does the Beta RRZF suspension stack up against WP Explorer on KTMs?
If you just want me to make a blanket statement, I'll say it's not as good. It's a little bit down below, but that doesn't mean that it's like bad. Like a lot of people just say it's bad. It takes a little bit more break-in, and the adjusters aren't as sensitive, let's say, but it's good. I mean, it's not bad. A while back, the betas when it was the sax shock used to have problems with fading, and that seems like it's kind of gone. Gotta open. Can you hear that hissing in here?
Very
not
faintly.
really.
Very faintly. I can't hear it all that much.
Yeah, the weather is. Let's see. I think it's pressurized. Let's see. Where? Oh, I don't know, man.
It's the
when you open the door over there,
it's the Jimmy Mobile malfunctioning.
Yeah, leave it open just a little bit, just a crack, not all the way up. Well, it's like a fucking. Excuse my French.
Right.
It's like a fan blower.
So how long would you have to break in the beta suspension?
So a KTM suspension for me breaks in about like 2 hours, and the beta is about 4 hours.
And if you do 2 clicks on a KTM, how many clicks do you do on a beta compared? Well,
2 to 3. So if you do 2 clicks on a KTM, you have to do 3 on a beta. But it depends on whether you're talking about the shock is more. The beta shock takes more clicks.
And it's KYB stuff, or what is it?
You can get KYB on the factory editions, but he's talking about the standard ones.
Who makes this?
What was the name?
Sax.
It
Sax.
used to be Sax, but there's like
ZF.
what's the name of it? Huh?
ZF.
Zeta. Yeah, I think it's Sax. I don't know, not 100% sure. Welcome to the show, Ricky Brayback.
What's going on, guys?
Window. Just trying to fix your window. Here, move over this way a little bit so you're on this.
Trying to fix your window and tie up your rally bikes out there.
Rally bikes are going to get blown away.
I know.
Okay, next question.
That's all I got.
That's all
Oh,
you got.
that's amazing.
Render yet?
Did you? He's only
That's
here
all-
for Ruth Brando.
That's all Ricky's here for.
Hey, he submitted one today, but we don't have enough signal where we're at to send it to you. Okay, next question.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
Oh,
our
is he-
show.
Is he watching?
He's trying to
such
watch
a
it on the.
Such a fan, he's got to be on it and watch it at the same time.
Yeah, because my viewership goes up. You know, these people are like,
Did you send it out
no.
on your socials? Then nobody's gonna know you're here. Nobody watches this show. Andrew's gonna put it on his, and then we're gonna have the best numbers ever.
Right.
And not. Oh, you're gonna take a picture though.
Well,
it looks
so
better when we're in the
36
studio.
people are watching this guy spell out words on YouTube.
Yeah, there's someone trolling in the chat on our YouTube right now. So that's why I'm trying to get Trevor to see if he can get on the YouTubes and we can get some bands going.
Trevor's probably riding in my backyard without even inviting me.
Really?
So we've got trolls.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have. Yeah. The YouTube chat is going after him. He's like, yeah, he's
Is it like the robot that was sending us the robotic guy that was using motorcycle words and sending messages?
maybe.
Yeah, we've
So
had that
here-
before.
Logan, so while I'm trying to figure this out, why don't you read the questions that we had done before while I try to get this sorted out?
Okay. Garrett Carlson.
Hey
Keep
Logan,
ramming.
before you do that, tell us about a Yamaha 4-stroke.
For motocross riders driven to dominate, the YZ line of 4-stroke bikes are built for victory. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today to explore what's new and improved for 2022. The YZ 450F and YZ 250F brings the performance of powerful 4-stroke engines, reduced unsprung weight, and new suspension settings. For the look of a full factory ride, both the YZ 450F and YZ 250F come in exclusive Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Edition graphic package.
Just
And
like
you
Andrew
can-
Short rides.
Yes. And you
Same
can
bike.
and you can take precision tunability to the next level with Yamaha exclusive and industry's only free power tuner app. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today. Find your Yamaha YZ and enter Victory Zone.
When are you going to have that memorized?
That one's way longer than the KTM one. And it's got
A lot of words in it.
no distinct figures to remember.
Hey, but the best part about a Yamaha is the app. the fuel tuner app. When's
Andrew.
everyone else going to get this?
Yeah.
No one else has it, really.
No, the Vargas. What's it called?
Oh, the ECU is a phone, basically.
Yeah, what was that thing called that we were talking about earlier? The
Too
electric
good
bike?
to be true.
The Too Good to Be True electric bike. It has all this too. But yeah, the power tuner app is awesome. I love it. I can turn that 450 into a 125, no problem. I got a map.
I have a Jimmy Lewis map.
Yeah.
I don't
But
really.
could you turn a 125 into a 450? We'll probably really
No,
rather
but just
have that.
like the guys in the electric bike said, they said something like, it's always nice to have too much power, but it's a problem when you don't have enough.
Yeah.
Which is kind of true, but so.
Electric bikes are stream.
Okay, Logan, get back on that question.
Do you have any tips for shipping dirt bikes to South America? I am a Southern Californian, currently in Peru for 9 months and plan on overlanding South America. Countries I plan to travel through are Colombia, Peru, Chile, and Argentina. I have 2 bikes in California I would like to bring down for off-road use only. A trials bike and a YZ 450F. Are there special rules for racing race bikes to cross borders without titles? Or should I get license plates for them? Both bikes are currently untitled, but I can get South Dakota license plates. It's been a few years since the car was in South America, but any tips would be appreciated.
Well, since I'm sitting here with a guy who raced a race bike across South America, Ricky, what do you think?
Benavides Motorsports.
I don't really have a clue on how to do that.
Yeah, you had a factory mechanic and factory team managed to get the bikes all the way through the borders.
Ride it, dude.
I
Put
think
a plate on it and ride it from California.
well, and I don't know exactly how he's planning to do this. Like he's currently there, but he's got bikes up here. I'll tell you what. Here's what I suggest. There's 2 places where I would go and ask this question. One is there's a forum called Horizons Unlimited. It's a group of like basically world motorcycle travelers, actually world travelers in general. But if you go on there and ask this question, there will be somebody that'll tell you specifically what you need to do, or there's somebody that's tried to do this before. So that'd be one place, or go on adventurerider.com, and same thing. There'll be World Traveler Forum, or there'll be something in there about shipping, transporting bikes, and they will have a much better answer than I could ever give you. But I know when I've raced down there before, if you imported a bike, depending on the country, like I had to stay in Chile for an extra 2 weeks because the guy I came down there, I brought a bike with me. And he bought the bike and had me bring it down there. And then when I tried to get on the airplane, this happened to Ty Davis too, because Ty brought a bike down there. They wouldn't let us leave. They wouldn't let us leave the country because the bike wasn't going back with us. So some of those countries can be pretty particular about it, just import export stuff. But I definitely do my research, and I don't know that a license plate would make that much of a difference, because I think if you're going to take it in and you can prove you own it, you just have to take it out. But if you bring it in, you have to pay the duty or the taxes on it, and then you can leave it there, I think. But
Street legal might make it more complicated.
yeah, street legal could make it more complicated because it's a who knows where you're going to get the license plate. Just bring it down as parts, sell it. You can probably get pretty good money for a bike down there.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, maybe that'd be the best thing.
Parts it.
Sell it. Okay, next question, Logan.
These are live ones. Iron Thumb. Which 250F do you think is the best for a fun trail bike? I don't race anymore.
Blue Crew, Yamaha.
We're not bought off.
No, they sponsor the show. Thanks, Yamaha. No, in reality, they're all fun. It's just they all have a little bit different flavors, especially the 250Fs, because the one thing the Yamaha does have is it has really good power, long power. they're not the lightest feeling bike. Definitely the lighter feeling ones are the KTM brand ones, and the Honda is pretty light feeling. If you want a discount and you like kickstarting, there's always Suzuki. So there's all different kinds. You're not gonna go wrong. There's not a bad bike out there, I don't think, as long as you know what you're getting into. But do a little bit of research and should be pretty good. But if he's going specifically to trail riding, I'll keep kind of going back to that Yamaha just because the power is so good. Even on the WR, you do the competition ECU and do the little mods to that thing, and that is a really good bike. So next.
SS says, there's finally trolls. Lol. TTT is finally stepping up in the famous category.
No, I can't see it, but it sounds good to me. Ricky, you trolling us? Is Kendall over there doing this, or is he just snoring?
He's already in bed.
Yeah, done. Out.
He woke up late today, and he woke up last first one.
He's not beating Mike Shirley.
No, he's definitely not beating Shirley.
No, Mike is. He was. Maybe he was up early. I don't know. He was asleep when I got here. Like that. He was already in the back seat sleeping.
Jeez.
So yeah. So has Matt fixed the trolling problem yet?
Trevor is fixing the trolling problem because I don't have access to the YouTube chat right now.
So he's gonna go in. He's gonna go in the background and clip the guy or something.
He already did that. It looks like this guy had a lot of bots, so that's what happened. Is you would ban one account and they'd come in with another.
Yeah.
So
their names were famous singers.
Yeah, the names just kept changing and changing and changing.
Oh, famous singers is watching the show. We should have just left it. Maybe it looks cool. Like Ramon Ayala. Who?
You don't know who Ramon Ayala is?
No.
I don't know either.
Oh. Can you sing some, Ricky?
I do Spanish. I'll help you out.
Okay. Okay, next question.
Just good looking.
Long one.
He's really good at that.
Dude.
Rich
A long one.
Millen.
Oh, wait. Let me take this. This is Rich Millen. I'll go ahead and read this one. I read this one and I actually rehearsed the answer. Believe it or not. Actually, I talked to Johnny Campbell to get the answer for this. So it's like, hi, Jimmy. I purchased a 2022 Honda Sierra 450 RX and recently rode a local hair scramble with it here in northeastern Pennsylvania. That means roots and rocks and super tight trails, by the way. Before the race, I rode a motor practice day for about an hour to break it in nice. The problem question is that during the race, the bike was steaming coolant off pretty much the whole time. The course was super technical for me, and there was a lot of getting stuck and some tip overs. I knew that eventually the coolant would be gone, so I was worried. At about the 90-minute mark, I pulled off and went to my pit, and sure enough, it was out of coolant. I refilled it and went back out and finished the 2-hour event. I've since put about 6 more hours on the bike, including another hair scrambles, and everything seems fine. The bike runs, starts, and everything's just as it should be. But I'm still worried about that much heat stress onto my beautiful new bike. How did it survive? That's a question. Did I do any damage? Should I tear it down? Have you experienced a similar situation? He says, I put a 2.0 C4 cap on the radiator and plan to install a fan. Just putting the cap on it seemed to help it prevent boiling. The bike may be running at a much higher water temperature than designed for. Anyways, thanks for your time. And he says, the podcast is great. So obviously he's not watching this show because this isn't a great podcast, I don't think. Medium.
And I don't know what time is it in Pennsylvania.
If he's up, it's past his bedtime. So anyways, I already forgot his name.
Maybe he records and watches it.
Yeah, anyways, Rich. So the problem is you're slipping the clutch. All of the heat is coming from the clutch. And this is the hardest thing for people to realize, is that you just think about it. It's just like sandpaper. When that clutch is slipping, it's building heat. And it's building the heat, and the oil in the motor is trying to cool it down. Well, that oil it's getting hot, sitting in a big puddle down at the bottom where it can't really cool itself. And the way it does cool itself is by going up through the top end of the motorcycle. So that's heating up the head and the cylinder even more. And then that in turn, the coolant system there tries to cool it down, and that's why it starts boiling, because the whole engine gets over, 212 is where water boils at, but I don't know exactly where coolant and all these other things, the factor, the pressure. So the root cause of the problem is slipping the clutch. And a lot of times it's just riders that just feel like the bike's going to stall. And that bike of the 450s is a little bit more prone to stalling than some of the other ones. So that being said, I can understand why you'd be slipping the clutch a little bit. So the first thing to do is just pay attention to this. Pay attention to slipping the clutch. Learn to really trust the torque of the motorcycle. And oftentimes it's that you're in lower than first gear situations, and you have to use the clutch in order to go that speed. So there is that. And so sometimes gearing will help a little bit. You can gear the bike down a little bit, so you can let the clutch all the way out and you don't have to use it so much, but then you're suffering with less of a top speed, which from what I know about northeastern Pennsylvania, that shouldn't be a problem. You're very rarely going to run out of gears on that thing. So then we kind of get into the other stuff. So I thought Johnny was going to be here, but he's still driving. And he actually told me, and I think we got to, he told me, he said Evans Cooling. Yeah. Is that a sponsor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sponsor. We need to ring a bell anytime we start throwing off sponsor.
Well, you have a bell, but it was only for that.
It's only for that one bike that we don't file with my best.
No one talks about it. Doesn't really.
You know how far I'm away from Hoosburg at any moment?
You just said it.
Yeah, I know. 20 feet. I'm less than 20 feet away.
I think
It's right past that wall.
Every factory team runs Evans.
Yeah. So Johnny said run Evans Coolant. Now I don't have
good.
If
the bike's getting that hot and there's nothing for it to blow out,
some coolant is better than no coolant.
Yeah. So the discussion, Andrew said that some coolant in your bike is better than no coolant. Sound like Chris Real. He should be a technical expert on this.
Really?
Yeah. That's a good. Some coolant is better than no coolant. And did it hurt anything by running with no coolant? Yeah, it was an oil-cooled bike at that point. And it really depends. Sometimes when they get caught like that, things can like warp and move around a little bit. But if it's still running and working fine, I wouldn't worry about it. Just don't tell any of your friends or advertise that you did that so you can sell it cheap, or you don't have to sell it cheap. But so there is that. So Johnny said the Evans coolant, and then he said there was a couple other things that you can do with some mapping that would help it. And I wish he was here because he kind of rattled those off very quickly, and I was doing something else.
What about maybe a new clutch?
If the clutch is behaving bad, yeah, a new clutch would hurt, but he didn't complain about the clutch.
And this radiator cap?
And then the radiator cap definitely helps too.
He got one.
Yeah. He went with the 2.0 radiator cap, and he says he's going to install a fan, and that will help. All those things will help. But when we get back to the coolant, we did a pretty exhaustive coolant test when I was a dirt rider, where we tried all the different kinds of coolant. Some of them were the waterless coolant, and we had to flush them and do different things. And the end result, the increase, there was probably 3, I don't remember the exact numbers, but 3 to 5 degree differences in temperature when we were doing this loop. And so we did a loop that was pretty technical and had some sections where some of the riders would really abuse the clutch, and then the temperature would go up. None of the coolants alone caused the bike to cool down any quicker. So just changing the coolant, you'd see a little bit of a different increase, how they increase, but the coolant did not change like kind of the efficiency, but there was different boiling points of each of the coolant. So if you're going to boil it, which is a bad thing, there was some that didn't boil as easily, but there wasn't a huge difference. Like once you start really getting them hot enough to really boil, there's not a huge difference in that temperature. Like you're not going to get a 40 degree difference between water and, I don't think, the Evans.
And one of the biggest things is to not overfill your radiator. Right. Keep it just above the fins. This makes a big difference.
Yeah, and like Andrew said, not overfilling the radiator is one thing, because then because once it kind of starts going, it kind of acts like sometimes like a little bit like a siphon and just kind of blows it out. But it gives it room to expand, and sometimes a little bit of it only takes a little bit of water to make a lot of steam, and so it would be really interesting to know exactly how much you boiled out, because even if you only have half the capacity of the coolant, it's still kind of getting cycled through there. And a lot of times, as long as it can be pumped, and it usually gets into the cylinder, or gets into the hot part of the motor, and then it steams. So it's actually still doing its job to a certain point. But those are what we were told. I would say the easiest thing to do is lay off the clutch. The next thing is you can start modifying it, and then some other things we tested. We tested different impellers, different water pump housing covers, different radiators, different size radiators, different types of radiators, different louvers on the radiators.
Johnny had screen over his today.
Yeah.
So they didn't get covered.
Yeah. So the screen, so the branches and stuff can't get stuck in the louvers. But we found that like all those things made a little bit of a difference. But if you just changed one thing, it didn't necessarily make a big difference. Like if you changed just the impeller, the bike didn't cool down any quicker. You needed to change the impeller and go to bigger radiators. So it's all part of a system, and generally the stock bikes are designed to meet most expectations. Although you managed to exceed that a little bit, so now it's time to start playing with it. And the fan definitely will help, because if you're going slow where there's not a lot of air moving through the radiator, you have to kind of force some air through the radiator. But, yes, Rich, I have to remember his name. Thanks for asking that question. Hopefully we exhausted your answer. Hey, Logan, guess what?
What?
I got a question for you.
Oh boy.
I'm
glad you're reading it.
Gord Darling.
Yep.
That's an interesting name. Hey, Logan, this show is super rad. Thanks for all you do. You're very kind to Jimmy, and he seems to be learning a lot from you. You keep up the good work. Well, that's a blowjob. He says, I recently picked up a 1999 Suzuki RM125. And a blowjob is just when the wind is going really high, Logan. It's like blowing the sand across the desert. That's what that is, by the way.
What's the salary for that job?
I've never ridden a modern two-stroke before. What a blast. We ride here in Haliburton, Ontario, Canada, and like to get lost in the woods, ripping along trails and the occasional logging road. We live near lots of brush that has been ravaged by ATVs, which means a big, dirty mud holes, and also have access to the great single track. This guy going to get to the question or what? Let's see. Rocks, mud. I sort of figured how to rip up the hills in the RM, but I'm still learning how to get mud puddles without going stupid fast. They often deep enough to hide surprises. I am wondering about changing sprockets, flywheel weights, power valve adjustments, and other possible mods to make this RM more suitable to trails. I don't know actually anything about these mods. This is just what I found on the interweb. I can turn a wrench, and I know when I'm about to bust a nut. And I would enjoy modifying this bike over the winter. And I think busting a nut, he's talking about when you put like a 1 millimeter size, too big wrench on the nut and it slips and spins. That's busting a nut.
Yeah.
Having said that, I don't want to end up ruining a sweet ride trying to make it something it isn't, or having to make constant adjustments come springtime. I'm going to just take a pause from reading this question right now.
Dude, that's a paragraph. That's more than a paragraph.
Okay, so he's from Ontario, Canada. I'm just going to surmise here that it's only light for like 3 hours a day out there, right? And they drink a lot, yeah?
Dude, so just scroll down.
He's inside. Okay, now we're into the... My wife weighs around 135 pounds, and this bike will mainly be for her. But I weigh 165, and I also like to rip around up. This gets more complicated all the time. There is a motocross track nearby, and we want to take the kids for a family trip next summer. So I would also like to hear your thoughts on whether modding the RM for trails that would make it not suck for motocross. Keep in mind that we have never ridden motocross before and probably won't be hard to please. You're taking notes, right, Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for you, bud.
He did address this to you.
Mm-hmm.
We both love how light the RM is, but it can be frustrating when trying to get through a big muddy rut and it just doesn't seem to have the power to get moving after we slow down and stall out. I can only compare it to the CRF 250L we had in my 2010 Husaberg FE390, which doesn't really compare at all. Kath, my wife, found the CRF to be too heavy for trail ride. God, I don't know how much longer I can go. So my question is, should we just keep practicing with the RM on the trails and accept that we are the problem and there is nothing at all wrong with the bike, or should we modify the bike to be a super sick woods weapon or just get a different machine? Thanks, Jimmy and friends, for sharing the wisdom. Logan, I'm turning this over to you.
Okay.
I mean, we can just shorten this up. I think you should just ride it what you got.
Logan? Give Logan a chance. I know he doesn't talk much, but give him a chance here, Ricky. Okay, Logan, we're all ears.
So I was going to say so it's got 2 wheels. It's got a motor. So it's going to be fun either way. Whatever you do to it, it was designed by the factory to be like that. So it's going to be pretty good stock. Don't have to change it. If you're
right, and for at least for a motocross bike, you're exactly right.
Yeah. And then you can probably add a couple protective pieces. Probably don't need to go insane.
I think a big giant skid plate would be good, because then when you go into those mud ruts, if you do it right, you can actually start hydroplaning. If they're really mud ruts, like I'm thinking, I can only imagine what it's like up there, but they're probably the mud ruts that you go through there and they peel your feet off the foot pegs. So now you're kind of like laying down on the seat. And at that point, the wheels aren't actually, so it kind of runs like a big glide plate. And so maybe, skid plate, right, Logan?
Yeah.
That front disc.
Maybe a spring for your wife.
Lighter spring.
Yes. And then.
What about the kids?
Kids probably around that.
And a babysitter.
And short says,
leave them on the farm.
With a cell phone.
Hey, in all honesty, so the one thing that will really help that bike out, and I know this from experience, is putting a flywheel weight on it. There's a company called Steely that they're up in Washington, Oregon, someplace, but they make flywheel weights, and they're literally bolt-on parts. They screw into the threads a lot of times that the flywheel puller goes into, or you just unbolt it and bolt it right on. But a heavy flywheel will make a pretty big difference. And I just saw Logan leave the show.
And maybe they're not seeing it. They're not seeing it.
Did we scare him away?
No, our peanut gallery fell asleep watching the show. So.
Oh, really?
Busted a nut.
Yeah.
You had to go wake somebody up?
Bob.
He did.
Wow.
He did.
Yeah. Were they snoring or something? Anyways, so the flywheel weight,
we're back.
The flywheel weight can help. Sometimes for off-road, I found on 125s, putting a spark arrestor on can actually kind of increase the torque of the bike a little bit, make it run a little bit better. These are just little things, but in reality, I would say stop riding into the big muddy ruts. Go around them, or be careful. But gearing would also help. You know, if you're finding that you're in first gear and you're having to hammer the clutch because the bike, it is 125. They're meant to rev. So you can also rev it higher. Yeah, rev it higher. Okay, you got any more?
Yeah, some live ones. Patrick Beatty, Trail Tech fan or buy 2-stroke?
Trail Tech fan or just buy a 2-stroke. I mean, that fan, it's not going to, what are you going to do? Like just sit there and watch it spin? I'd take the 2-stroke.
You can just wait till September 2023 or
so. You can wait till, that's going to, I wonder if that's going to have a big cooling fan on that electric bike. Like my computer does.
Mm-hmm. The one that makes all that noise.
Like the fan over there, yeah.
I think you shouldn't buy an electric motorcycle. Always run gas.
Always run gas. See, Ricky's that guy. Ricky's that guy. So so I think the real question is, should he put a fan on his 4-stroke or get a 2-stroke?
2 strokes are sick.
Yeah. Is that what we're trying to get at, Logan?
I think so.
Well, again, the heat's coming from the clutch, and you're gonna be hammering your clutch on whatever bike you're on. Maybe even more on a 2-stroke, because sometimes they don't have the same torque as a 4-stroke. So I think you're asking the wrong question. But get a Trail Tech fan. They make really nice fans no matter which bike you're on.
Does anybody else make a fan?
You can
take fans for other things.
yeah. And Andrew just asked, does anybody else make a fan? Well, not in my world. No, Trail Tech is a sponsor of the show. If I had a bill, I'd ring it a couple times. But they bolt right on. They're so nice. It comes with the bracket and the temperature gauge, so you can see what temperature your water is. While you can adjust when the fan comes on and off. This is all really good stuff. But I've also seen, you can go on the internet and find where guys have put computer cooling fans on and zip tied them in the back of their radiator, and they have a switch where they turn it on and off. So whatever works. Hey, tonight's episode is brought to you by, we're living large here. I am, at least. This is 4 Freedoms of plastic bottled tequila. Now, this, if you want a good thrifty tech advice, like, this is usually just made for pouring into some mixed drink or something like that. But if you just want to have a little bit, it works out. So next question, Logan.
Yes. George says, how does a Recluse for the guy on the Honda from Pennsylvania? How about a Recluse?
2007.
Oh, Ricky was going to say that.
But I asked you about the clutches, and you're like, oh, yeah. No, he didn't say anything about clutches.
It comes. That's where the heat's coming from. So if he did have a Recluse, the auto clutch, then he wouldn't have to touch it, and it would do, as long as he's in the right gear. Because I've seen people get a Recluse, and all of a sudden they ride around in third gear, and they end up smoking the clutch. But if you're in the right gear, you should.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
No.
We're still live on our end. Oh, boy.
Is anything important?
Oh.
Come on.
Huh?
Okay.
Do we have him back? You guys there?
Oh, see? Oh, Andrew touched the phone.
Oh,
Hold on.
producer Andrew, come on.
Come on, bud.
Or Andrew saw the phone get a message. Are we back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Andrew saw the phone get a message. He reached around the back of the computer and moved the phone from its strategic location and almost ended the show.
That
Oh,
message
really?
was from Matt.
It was from Matt. Yeah, it was from him somehow. But
Yes.
I just saw the message was on there. Somebody told me to not drink tequila out of a plastic bottle.
Well, you would be
It's just
living
hard.
you'd be living like a college student again.
So
Times are tough, dude. You can only find, that's the only tequila that you can find out here where we're at in this special location.
no, I've had this on standby, ready to go. It's one of my, it's in case of emergencies. That way, if things aren't going right, you can hit somebody over the head like that, and nothing bad happens. Like, imagine if that was a glass bottle.
Right.
See the things you learn.
Is this plastic bottle well aged in the Jimmy rig through multiple seasons?
It's probably been in here for a couple of years.
Yeah.
We need that. The more you know.
So I have a cooling question.
Okay. Yeah. Andrew Short has a question. Can we let Andrew have a question? Can you hear him when he's talking?
Yeah, we can hear him just fine.
Okay.
So my kid has a YZ85. It got really hot in Colorado because it got drowned in the river. And I think when it got hot, it warped the head. But I bought a different head, VHM or something from Langston Motorsports. It has bigger water cooling jackets on this head.
Yeah.
I really just wanted to buy a head that wasn't warped, but the stock one was back ordered because of COVID or I don't know why. But it has bigger water ports on this head. How does that affect it? Is there's more water going through the head, but is it going to cool more, or what's the benefit of this? I don't understand.
So
what's changing?
Well, all you're changing is the volume, and potentially there could be more surface area. Like there's more. You'd have to and it's probably pretty minute in the grand scheme of things. But if you only change just the head and there's a little bit more surface area, it might be able to cool a little bit better. I mean, it could be different materials that they're using that can cool. They can put fins inside of it. There's all different kinds of things that they can do to aid with the cooling. But if you're not cycling the water through there at a different speed, and then you don't have the radiators to increase radiator performance, because it can take maybe the head actually itself, that one unit can transfer a little more heat from the cylinder head to the water, but then where does the heat go? It's in the water, and now you have to cool the water down. And we did in our chat, I don't know if anybody saw, we had a Ty Davis, who I talked about earlier, because he tried to import ATK into Chile. And he got held hostage at the airport because he needed to take an ATK home with him, because Ty Davis was a factory ATK racer for a while. If you don't know what ATK is, look it up. But he makes waterless coolant. So he says it doesn't boil like water, and it's way better for boiling. And Ty would know. Ty has been around a long time, and I trust him too.
I think it's similar to Evans, right?
Yeah, it's probably similar to that. Yeah, the Evans and stuff like this. So, but yeah,
best Ty Davis product. What is it?
The best Ty Davis product.
Yeah, that he sells.
A front disc guard.
No, the shark. The shark fin, bro.
No, not the front shark fin.
No, the rear one.
No, it's he has.
Yeah, dude, I buy those things.
His chain adjuster blocks.
Yeah.
For KTM?
The zip tie chain adjuster blocks. Yeah. He has
but
some.
I don't race and change tires like that. That's like Yamaha. The shark fin, bro. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Yes, he makes all kinds. And he I think he seems to have a tire changer tool or something like that.
I have one.
Tire changer. Yeah. Like a Rabaconda.
It's better than a Rabaconda, in my opinion. It's a Tyvaconda because it's taller.
Okay.
So like the Rabaconda, it's low, and ties I feel like is a little bit higher, so it's easier to like be right here, like working, without straining your back so much. I just have to use it.
Hey, Matt, I'll get you Ty's contact info. You can reach out to him for advertising.
Ty's watching.
Hey, when
That was
you
my
go
next
ride
question.
he takes you on the Ty Davis trails.
Oh, no, I've got Ty probably.
Did you hear that,
Ty?
Ty?
Yeah, it's just like Trevor riding on Ricky Brayback trails. Like everybody's ripping everybody's trails off.
No, I'm going through it. You call it. This is Ty Davis Canyon. That's what
Ty Davis Canyon.
And Ty Davis probably hadn't even ridden there in like 30
No,
years.
Ty probably rode there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's our next question, Logan?
Robert
King.
Covington. I have a bike I suspect has a stuck thermostat. What's your take on removing the thermostat altogether?
You ride in cold weather, it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, it's touch and go. I mean, if you're in a fair weather climate, maybe like California where it's always 70 degrees and sunny, it's not going to be much of an issue. But if you're in cold weather, your bike is not going to warm up very well. And I've actually seen guys cold seize their bikes because they weren't warmed up. If
Fuel goes into the oil.
Yeah, there's all different kinds of things. I don't know that I mean, if you're really good at warming your bike up and you think it's going to stay hot, you're not going to, I wouldn't do it. I've never heard of them. I've never had them get stuck closed on a motorcycle. That happened on cars before, but I've never heard of it on a motorcycle. But then again, nobody told me about it. So it probably happens. Okay, what's next?
Finn825. Is there a big difference with engine reliability between a 250 and 450? Let's say they were both rating conservatively.
I would say for an average rider, not a racer, but just somebody that's average riding, they're going to be, like, for the most part, the same level of durability. And the 250 probably, because it's doing more work, it's run a little bit harder, would probably have to be rebuilt a little bit sooner. Let's say, I would say if you're, like on 250Fs, Like if I was just out, if I just had one as a trail bike, well, shoot, I have a CR250X, and the thing probably it's my father-in-law's bike. It probably has 300 hours on it, and it has had a piston put into it, and that's it. And then I have 450s that have, much more hours on them, 400 hours, and bikes just don't really just break these days. And I don't think it's a really concern. And most people aren't riding these kind of hours on the bikes a lot. So 250F, just maybe say it needs 25% more maintenance.
Okay. Good answer. Okay. So I think
let's have a moment of silence for that answer.
Yes. Yes.
We did. Yeah.
You had one.
We had.
Does that mean you have to change the oil that much more?
No, I don't. Well,
Just piston.
so the question is, I know I was just thinking like main maintenance, like a piston, piston, maybe on some of them, the valves would wear. Hey, Matt, we're going to talk about that valve.
We can, but I think it's time for.
Ricky
I was
says.
gonna say, I think it's time for a commercial break and then Rooster Endo.
Okay, let's. Are there any other questions we need to hit? We talked about, so for John Jackson, we talked about the that new, what's the name of that? I can't remember the Stark Bard.
Yeah.
We talked about the electric bike.
With that electric bike, you probably ride through solar fields, huh?
I wonder if they let you ride through the solar fields on the electric bike.
They might.
He also says, John says, when the snow melts, I'm going to try and commandeer my dad's 2021 Beta 300 X trainer, do some trail riding with a buddy who lives in Colorado. Do the elevation changes on the trails. I'm thinking of getting a 36 millimeter smart carb SC2 for the bike because of the adjustability. Thoughts, advice, opinions on this carburetor. If you're going to be doing, I know that they're externally adjustable and it's easy to do. So for that, it might be better. The Beta X trainer is already ridiculously smooth, so that goes in line with where the carburetor is at. That might actually be a good thing. Although I think you could probably just go down a couple sizes on the main jet and drop the needle position 1 and maybe 1 on the pilot, and it'll probably run fine most of the time too. So either way, okay. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's go into commercial time.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text. And it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto co-branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
All right, we're
Just the
back
noise.
with Rooster Endo, brought to you by
Ricky Brebeck and Jimmy Lewis.
No, it's brought to you by Taco Moto now.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
It needs to be brought to you by, how do I?
All you have to do is hand us a check and then get us a logo. Dude, okay.
That's all you had to do.
Dude, you got whole shotted by Taco Moto.
Taco
so don't
Moto,
even worry about
shot and Ricky Brebeck on sponsoring Rooster Endo. And
Yes.
So here's the deal. So each week, Taco Moto is going to give $100 basically gift certificate to the bike. The most.
Uh-oh.
It really depends on my mood, and there's the rules of the contest are simple. I make all the rules, and my internet connection just got unstable.
It did get unstable. So I'm gonna explain it again for the chat. So essentially, whatever bike Jimmy deems is the most roosting bike, that bike will then get a $100 gift certificate to Takamoto Co. The winner will have to send an email to mike@takamoto.com in order to claim this reward. But yeah, that is the gist of it. There is now a $100 gift certificate involved if your bike is roosting enough.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to roost. It might be the biggest endo might win it.
It might be.
Like, you might need that $100 certificate to bail you out of the hole.
I think the money should definitely go to the endo bike, because if they're already roosting,
no, it's some people, they put a lot of money into their bike and they want their bike to be nice and they should be rewarded, and other people need help.
And do you give tips to people that have like maybe front disc guards? Like, hey, that thing probably shouldn't be there. Do you give tips?
What's the matter with front disc guards?
Jimmy hates them. I love it. I just always.
I have one on every one of my bike.
The metal,
No, the metal
big metal front disc guard.
No,
The one that's like like the rear disc guard, right? They have them. They bolt onto your fork, and it's like a front disc guard.
It's like a front fin.
Hey, so what are the best products that Takamoto makes?
Takamoto has all different kinds of stuff. Takamoto does. Andrew's really helped me out here getting my reads down. Takamoto Co. That's takamoto.co. It's lots of stuff for your, especially KTM, Husky, dual sport bikes, but they're starting to move into the Hondas, and they have lots of ECUs, exhaust systems, little gadgets. He has like
For what type of rider?
everybody.
Motocross?
Mostly off road. Not really moto. It's not a lot of moto stuff, but there's moto stuff there. Like, one of the coolest things that he has is a inline fuel pressure gauge for your fuel injected bike. So you plug this inline, and then you push your bike, and you can see if you've got good fuel pressure. So if you're having a problem with your fuel pump, or maybe your fuel filter's leaking, and then he also, on his site, he has these tech sheets that kind of tell you, hey, if you want this kind of performance, it's good. We need to get Taco Mike to come into the studio again sometime. It would have been nice to have him come in here and kick this off, but we hole shot him, Ricky.
We hole shot him.
Okay, so let's go with
Rooster
Endo.
All right.
I'm gonna call up the photos. I got them on my computer screen right here too.
You
And
have
so,
the video.
Logan, who's the first one up?
That was
No.
stable.
We can't do the video. Are we unstable?
You're good. You're good.
Good. Okay.
No,
I have the.
The only complaint is that it's really zoomed in on you right now.
Well, he's standing up in front of the camera.
I was actually trying to see if I need a shave here. So I was looking at that. So I'm gonna minimize that. Okay, we have the bikes now.
Okay. So Dallas.
Okay.
Yes. 1994 DR350 SE. Oversized tank, oversized handguard, oversized rotor guard, oversized front fender, oversized mudguard, fender bag that fits 2 Costco muffins, and a Danco Yo-Yo Perfect.
Ready for a good
Duncan.
time.
Dude, that guy's ready for business.
Right, like that. Yeah, that bike is, everything on it is oversized except the bike. Actually, when I first saw that photo, I thought it was a DR650. Hey, Johnny Campbell just rolled in. He can help answer that question.
Oh,
I
yeah?
gotta help finish answer the question, but go ahead and come in when you're ready. I was more impressed with the homemade graphics on the side panel. You have to sit closer here. You can't really see us right now, but
It almost just looks like. Oh, sorry.
yeah. So that the graphics are nice, but it's super oversized. Everything.
Dude, but he can fit muffins on the back, so he's
Muffins.
going for business. He's going for work.
It's the small one on the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, the S is pretty super sick.
Yeah. I for the graphics package alone, that thing's got to go on the roof side.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And the fact he's got a big tank, so he's almost that car ready.
Okay, so how high up are we feeling?
You guys decide over there.
Oh, you're leaving it up to us?
Yeah, you guys.
See.
Yes,
I'm
that
gonna put
gap right
It's
right out here.
one side or the other.
Right here. This is on the roof side.
We're in a
It's not
good
that
mood
roasting.
tonight. DR350 goes up there.
Imagine that thing ripping up some choppy washboard roads. That thing probably handles it pretty nice.
I'll bet you when that thing goes up a washboardy road, that front fender starts going around in a circle.
Oh yeah, it's hitting the front tire.
It does the whole oscillation thing.
It's hitting the
Saying
front
bye
tire.
bye.
Yeah, it's way
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the next bike here?
Next bike, yeah.
Emily Muslin. No.
Yeah, give that another shot there, Logan.
Musinlo. Musino.
Musolino.
Lino.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. 2018 KTM 300. Cycler handguards, Pro Taper Contour, bars, CR, mid bend, Scott stabilizer, FMF Works fatty with turbine core, Sparky, approved silencer, KTM skid plate, Cinco fat tire, Dunlop MX 33 rear with Kenda mousses.
Kenda mousses? Where do you get Kenda mousses? I want to know.
I want to know. I need some of those.
Yeah,
Try them.
we like nitro mousses. But anyways, hey, well, okay, hold on a second. So we have two different brands of tire on there, right?
Yes. Maybe three.
Okay.
The Shinko.
Maybe you can't have 3 brands.
3 tires.
Well, they have
That's
different
what it says.
moves. Okay.
Kenda mousses.
Jackrabbit MC, hams in the ice chest.
Hams in the ice chest.
Oh, he's a freaking club member of the Jackrabbits.
Yeah. Okay. So Ricky likes jackrabbits. I like hams. It's full desert rat. It's a Emily. Is that a guy's name?
It's a V.
I think
Emily.
it's a
Emily. But it's a V. It's got a V18, which is a vet, right? The red's V18 is a vet.
Yeah, vet.
That's a vet. So she's riding in the or
Dude, that's a guy. That's got to be we don't know, man.
we're looking at the photo here trying to figure it out. Like, did you get your wife or your girlfriend to submit a photo of your bike? You're like really
Maybe he didn't know how to do it. And he had his chick do it for him.
Yeah. Is that what we
That
think?
would be me. Hey, babe, submit this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Jackie Short Drop.
I feel like this guy's pretty into his bike.
No,
Dude,
he's
an expert freaking vet desert racer. He has all the things that you need to be ripping across Lucerne Valley.
yeah.
He's got the handguards,
Stabilizer.
He's got an 18-inch wheel. I don't know anything about the orange color or the 2-stroke thing.
He's got mousses.
He's got mooses, and he's an expert. So
He's
he
got a
knows
fatty front tire too.
he knows what he's doing.
Floating. He's Carry amazing special.
I think he could have taken a better picture of the bike.
What do you mean? That's what?
It needs to be more off to the side, and he's got the van door in the picture and the loading ramp.
He
there.
just unloaded, and he thought, man, this is really going to appreciate this.
Good.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
No suspension sticker, so it could be
No
stock. But
stock suspension.
I don't
How
know.
can you even ride a bike with stock suspension?
Dude, that expert, who knows? He might be a man.
You know what's funny is
Stock is best.
I'll bet you for a vet expert that the stock suspension is pretty good, and it's the XC, right? Yeah, it is an XC.
How can you tell?
I don't know how I can tell. I'm pretty
on.
sure it has a link.
No
Logan,
fan.
can you tell me how it look like your bike?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's
an
the
XC.
same as mine. XC.
Yeah. Oh, Logan's like, yeah, same as mine. Yeah. So what do you think, Logan? Where does that thing go?
I don't. That one's Matt because it's going to be biased. We need something.
You may be
besides-
biased.
I like that pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave it a good fluff and buff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a big old smasher. So
Uh-oh.
you know he ripped.
I give the guy props.
Wait, is that a big smash or is it just the shadow? I'm gonna enhance.
That's
It looks like a rainy day. There's no shadows.
Yeah. You gotta look at it close. Okay, Roost. I go for we Roost
Yeah.
here.
I'm roosting.
We're roosting it.
this
It's
one.
good. We like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
You put it right above.
Be well stood up.
I forgot where these other ones are.
Dude, that's a freaking ding with a heat and
Yeah.
pull.
Why not?
Oh. He's on a
We'll
budget.
go above Ricky's
Yeah.
budget.
He's probably saving his money to get his suspension done. Because I mean, you can't ride those things with stock suspension.
I'm
Everybody.
sure that van door is like 78, 40
1993 Econoline.
All right. What's up next?
Brian
And let's find out who's submitting his photo. Is that his name or her name, or that's one of those names that could be Emily. Okay, go ahead. Next,
we'll find out eventually. It's one of life's great mysteries. Okay.
Brian Dodderwick, 21 300 TPI XCW, Sluber Turbo, HC head and ECU reflash, IMS 4.5 gallon tank, Trail Tech Voyager Pro, Race Tech gold valves and bladder and shock.
I like that.
Front and rear.
That bike
seat, concept seat.
What the hell is that thing?
Kenda Ibex and tubeless and rear Bridgestone MX up front. M39 up front, and more. Who can keep track?
Who can keep track?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, Ricky, if we try it like that, then we can see what the heck it is. That thing is. Well, okay.
Spend some money on this thing.
I think he has to quit breathing into his camera, like into the phone, before he takes the picture, because it looks like he was steamed up.
A little too aggressive on the backlighting.
Yeah.
A lot of backlighting. I do like some of the sponsors. I do like the Kendas and the Trail Techs on there and stuff.
Seat Concepts.
Seat Concepts. Do you remember Seat Concepts?
I don't remember them.
I don't remember them either.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Tubeless? No, I think I don't know what he said, bro. Said tubeless. I'm not a big fan of the gray color, and I'm more bothered by the photo. I can't. We're having a hard time seeing the photo.
It's a blurry photo. It's kind of going downhill for me.
I took a tubeless off one of my wheels the other day for you, Andrew.
Good job.
Yeah, so we can ride together. I took it off. Yeah, but yeah.
I would ride with you.
If I had tubeless?
Yeah, if you're smart enough to deal with this. But my normal friends, my friends that aren't Jimmy Lewis, I'm not going riding.
Not going riding with them tubeless. Because of the quality of the photo, we're going to have to put it in the endo side.
Yeah. There's a great big void here of the endo that needs to get filled, and it's going to fill it.
Okay. Well, we can move some down. Is Ricky's bike on the roof side?
Yeah, dude, of course.
It's on
you actually roosted it. It's up there. It's up there.
Oh, well, then move it down.
It's still up front, Jimmy.
Move it down to the endo.
No, it's the best bike on that whole board.
No, it's not.
Which one is that? 450X? Yeah, Gen 1.
I just sold one of those.
Yeah, biggest mistake.
Okay, next one. What's our next guy?
Dude, you can't move that down there. Are you kidding me? None of you guys even ridden one of those things.
Hey, well, you're submitting a new one next week. Might be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Matt.
Hey, now that I sold it, I want to be able to buy the bike
guy
back.
that knows how to say stuff.
Oh, hold on.
This guy.
Logan is handing me the responsibilities right now. So this is Kevin Wevoda.
Okay.
This is a 17250 XCW. I'm trying to get the picture up for the chat here. I can't talk and do things at the same time. Here, Logan, it's your job.
I mostly wanted just
your
the
job.
name. 17250 XCW SX head, Electron carb, enduro spec suspension, grips, tires, mailbox, numbers, worn out plastics, stock radiator guard, gas and oil, with a bush light on the rear tire.
A bush light. Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
This guy's just getting rowdy. He doesn't care what it looks like.
No, that guy's roosting. Look at bar pad, sit pad on, no cover.
Totally torqued plastic. That's a good sign.
This thing was ridden hard and put away wet.
My first race number, 96.
You sure it's not 916?
Yeah.
It's 916.
It's 916. Yeah.
Mailbox number.
Yeah, that guy is not going out there to look the best. He's going out there to look ride.
He's
going there to ride.
Yeah,
he likes to ride.
He's got it looks like he got a twisted T on the rear fender.
I hope so.
But
If so, that guy's bruised.
Oh,
This guy has
he's
to
double
live back.
fisting it.
Well, yeah, because there's grass in the photo. We don't have that.
Grass at a dirt bike facility.
What's in it?
oh,
Oh no, that's it.
And then I think there's something
I
on
said,
there.
what's that in the corner? And that's a picture of my hoot spray.
A crushed up can.
I think there's a PBR shoved. Hold on, he's got a bunch of
No, that's a
cans
bush.
shoved into the
dude.
handlebars. No, look in the handlebars.
Tires.
Look at the
That's
handlebars.
a bush.
Look in the tire.
A bush light and the
my
twisted key on the fender.
But what's in
No,
the,
look
what's
at
in the-
guys, look at the spokes. Look at the spokes.
The chain
Yeah.
too. And
Dude, that's
Yeah,
a half blue ribbon right there.
Yeah,
I looked at him
PBR's in the
too.
front.
He's tightening the chain with a beer can.
No,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
No, he's got the hands in the front.
Dude,
wheel.
they're all over the bike, like right where the carb is or where the
Yeah,
carb
that guy.
There's one up there too.
Look at
I think
front
this,
wheels.
this might be the most roosting bike we've ever had.
I think this is Jimmy's long lost son. that he
inside
never
the
had.
hand guards too.
No, I'll tell you what happened here. This guy finished the hair scrambles. He drank too many beers.
More than Kendall.
Yeah, like more than Kendall. And then everybody stuffed their beer cans all over his bike, and he's going to wake up the next morning to do the second moto of the. No, I think he looks to me like a what do they call those the sprint enduro?
Sprint Enduro guy.
Yeah, what's the ones the J-Day?
J-Days.
Yeah, he looks like a J-Day guy. He's like a massful. I can already tell. And he went down hard, and he woke up the next morning and took this picture of his bike, and he's got like 4 minutes to get to the start line. That's a ruse.
Dude, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 stars.
9 out of 10 stars.
That's going up.
This guy
That's taking.
has a mullet.
That's taking that.
Yeah,
Taking
a mullet.
Yeah, this guy has a mullet.
Oh, he has a mullet too. Kevin?
And
Probably follows Preston Campbell.
he probably follows Preston Campbell.
Yeah. Check this guy's social. See if he follows Preston Campbell.
Right.
Okay, next. What's next?
Rick Grom.
Isn't Rick Rick is a loyal listener, right?
Yeah.
The
Think so.
DICD guy.
Yeah, he's only a loyal listener if he submitted a video.
Okay, so that's on the podium at Best in the Desert, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like a DICD backdrop.
2012 Yamaha YZ450F. The mods consist of FMF Powerbomb header and power core, Clark 2.9 gallon tank, Scott's dampener, 47 gearing, race tech suspension, placed 4th in the Vegas to Reno, and open amateur.
How fast does it go?
Let me see.
Almost as fast as a 570.
No,
That was good.
no, because he threw the gearing out there, 1447. Usually say 1447, so it goes 106 miles an hour. Like, ask Trevor Hunter. Like, Trevor, every time he says his gear number out, he throws about, it's 112 miles an hour with that. You don't go that fast. So, that you got it on the podium there. That's a pretty good thing.
It made it to Reno. So that's his plus.
That's a good thing. Ricky beat you. Yeah, Ricky. I think that thing's pretty roosty. Although I want to know how fast it. You know what? Put it on the endo side until he gets back to us and how fast it goes.
94.
And then we'll rate the rest of it on that.
Okay.
So yeah, endo until we get the top speed. And don't
Sounds
lie.
like a plan.
Ricky Endo
We'll keep Ricky's bike company down here.
Yeah. Not, you don't have to put it at the very bottom. Just put it down on the endo side.
There we go.
Clean that up. So now, drum roll, please. Okay, I don't think we can hear it, but that sounds good.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw this to committee on this one. We know who we think wins the $100.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Kevin, Evoda.
He needs to buy a haircut and another case of beer.
Kevin, I wonder if Takamoto has numbers. You can start there, but it's a pretty stock looking bike. I'm sure you can find something over there that'll help him out a little bit. But hopefully he gets in touch with you and we'll get his info passed over to Taco Mike. And good thing is it's a KTM and they have lots of KTM parts, and he should be happy. I'm sure you can find something there that'll.
Does he make two strokes now?
He doesn't. Yeah. He has. They have all kinds of stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, they have like all kinds of parts.
Eric just
And root beer candies.
Yeah.
So okay, did we get through that segment safely?
Yeah, safely. And
So
yeah,
Johnny
all in
Campbell,
peace.
I gotta. So we have a guy with the Sierra 450 RX who's having overheating problems, and you told me Evans coolant was one thing, and you said there was a couple other things that the guy could do.
I think he needs a heavier cap, radiator cap.
He did this.
Okay.
Yeah. So that.
He did
So,
the C4 2.0.
Okay. I think he needs. I'm a Hinson clutch guy, and I think you're getting a lot of excess heat out of the clutch. Maybe it's rider abuse.
it's funny.
But-
He was not prepped on these answers at all. So it's pretty funny that.
But the clutch will make absolutely the most heat in a situation where you're trail riding if you're abusing it too much. And so maybe gearing. I think gearing could help if he lowers the gearing. But yeah, I think like a clutch that has less friction on the basket and stuff could help.
What about oil? Does that make a difference?
Yeah, oil makes a difference. We use VP in most of our race bikes, but in some applications, I know a lot of guys that go to like a Rutella, and even Moto tools works really well. So try some different oils, and
I think if he just gets off the clutch a little bit, honestly, that's going to be the biggest help.
yeah,
Or if you
100%.
turn the idle up or
Well,
the mapping.
yeah, you can map the bike, you can turn the idle up. There's all sorts of little things you can do to help this situation.
Yeah, we mentioned gearing
But I think
because
that
he's Pennsylvania.
yeah, so gearing, I'd say gear it lower. But mapping can help you a lot.
Keeping the louvers clean.
But yeah, you don't want to make sure your radiators are getting hot.
Hey, we had a lot. This show, we had a lot of hot talk on this show. By the way,
Hot.
Yeah, hot talk. We're cooling it down with the hot talk.
Yeah.
So when you're going to put that fancy title up on the show, Matt, remember that.
Okay. Hot talk.
So that's getting fun.
Yeah, I'd also be interested to know what type of exhaust system he has, and is there like a spark arrestor or anything restricted in it?
Yeah, he didn't say anything. I mean, the bike was basically brand new. It took the motor track, broke it in, went to hair scrambles, boiled all the water out of it, poured more water in, finished. And he says it's working fine.
Yeah.
And I said that's normal. I mean,
Well, and that too, I think one of the big things that we learned when we first went back east was keeping the radiators clean. So you have, even if you have like Twin Air makes like a mesh thing or something to keep it from packing in the fins to the radiator.
right. Okay. Yeah, Rich, that's the second round of answers for the question. Do we have anything else? I got a question here. RP asks, here it goes. Not sure if you guys read these or where to post questions to be potentially answered on upcoming shows. Well, evidently you found out where to put it because I've got it right here in my hot little hands. So question number 1, rim locks. Do you use them? If you use rim locks, when, what conditions, tire pressures, etc.? When would you not need to use rim locks? I'm going to be using a KTM 500 EXCF as an adventure trail bike for stuff like BDRs and the Tour of Idaho, etc. I don't have the experience to determine whether rim locks are worth the effort. And a brief search of the internet and then YouTube regarding rim locks just made me dumber. Well, welcome to my experience with the internet. I'm mostly dumber for it. That's why we have this show. And the funny thing is, your KTM 500 EXC comes with rim locks in a bag. They don't actually come on the bike because they come with they come with a TKC 80 tire. Oh, thank you there, Andrew. It comes with a tire, and they want the wheels to be balanced. So this is why you may be confused because your bike didn't come with them, but you should have a bag that has the rim locks in it. I pretty much, as long as if I'm not running mooses, And sometimes in mooses, I don't run rim locks. But other than that, I always have rim locks in my bike. And when I was desert racing, I had 2 in the rear. So the rim lock holds the tire from slipping. And if you ever get a flat tire, if you're going to try to ride it at all, you sure the heck hope you have a rim lock. And see you, Ricky. Roosterendo. So it holds the tire in place, prevents it from slipping, which will tear the valve core off. You should have them on your bike, always front and rear, because if you're really good on the brakes, you can slip the front tire as well. So that's the rim lock question. And the reason they don't run them is for wheel balance and
street application.
Yeah, on street it might make on the CR450L no rim lock, right? No rim locks. Yeah. Okay. So where was the other question? Somehow it's jacked up here. There was question number 2. Springs. The KTM 500 EXC comes stock with springs for a load range according to the repair manual. Wait, you read it? What are you doing? Listen to this show if you read a repair manual. Nobody ever does that. Okay. Of 165 to 187 pounds. I weigh 170 with riding gear, luggage, camping gear, etc. Wait, you wear your luggage and camping gear? I would be looking around 210 pounds loadout. Would you change out the springs first or dial up the preload and see how that goes? Is it absolutely critical to have the correct spring rate for your loadout? Is it better to be on the high end in terms of weight load out for a spring or on the low end? For example, if I load my bike is 185 pounds, is it better to have a spring rated for 165 to 187 pounds or the spring rated from 187 to 209 pounds? I know this is preference on how you want the bike to feel ride, and it takes experimenting, but would you like your expert knowledge on what to do? Yeah, I would like my expert knowledge. If you recommend changing the springs, would you do just the shock spring or would you do both shock and forks? RP, here it goes. Just like his letter. So specifically to the KTM PDS bikes, which the EXC 500 is, the spring rate is pretty crucial. Actually, ride height is really having the bike set up proper with the ride height, which is what we refer to as sag, is pretty important. Now, how you achieve that, you're gonna measure your sag, and what you do is there's what we call static sag. It's the weight of just the bike's weight only on the spring. And so if you're going to load your bike, you would want to make sure it's loaded when you take this measurement. So it's just the load of the bike on the spring. And then you put yourself on the bike and, get somebody to balance you and then find out where that ride height is. And there's a relation between those two. And if you have to have the spring cranked in so much that you don't have the right free sag, in other words, we'll call it topped out, in order to get the proper sag, that means the spring is too soft and the bike isn't going to work properly. And it makes a pretty big difference because then, especially on the PDS, it tends to ride a lot lower in the stroke and kind of have a really toppy out feel when it kind of comes unweighted. So it does make a difference. And the manual, since you have it, is really clear at explaining this. And the fact that they give those really specific weight ranges is kind of strange, but I understand that they want to, have the language in that thing, because it's mostly written by lawyers, be very specific to where everything is at. And at, like you're talking about that 180 pounds with your stuff and then up to 200, you're right at the range of where a stiffer rear spring could, might be needed. But also, like you said, it's a preference thing. It's kind of like how you feel on the bike. So if you go through the procedure I talked about, the free sag versus your static sag versus your sag with you on the bike, that's kind of the telltale. And my kind of general rule of thumb, or kind of how I do it, is for every 2 rates I go up in the rear, I tend to go up 1 in the front. And this is just sort of a ballpark over the years. But it also depends on where you ride over the bike. I tend to ride a little bit more over the back, I would say. You know about that? Riding over the back? I probably had to do it to ride your bike. It probably forced me into doing that. And so for me, if I was up over the front more, then I would probably go up in an equal rate. But it's all personal preference. And I would say kind of ride the bike a little bit and think about how it's working, and then decide, your setting there. So we talked on our last show, Matt, didn't we talk a lot about sag and
Yes.
and setting it and what you're trying to feel? So maybe that's what prompted this question from the last show, but hopefully that's
typically static sag is more important than rider sag, in my opinion, right? Because this isn't going to change.
Yeah. So like Andrew's saying, is like static sag, which is, so on the KTMs, for instance, and it's real easy to kind of do it by using inches instead of millimeters for some people. So it's like 1 inch. Why are we laughing?
Keep going.
So it's just like, so 1 inch static sag, 4 inches with the rider on the bike. And then it's basically 33 millimeters and then 100 millimeters if you're going to go metric. But those numbers, they don't correlate exactly the same. But if you're just going to do it rough, that's the thing. You Googling it up.
Yeah. We
got somebody here. Where's George when you need it, right? You be telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. So,
He was
but anyways, he was in there
earlier, but I think
there's plenty of the manual will tell you exactly where it should be. Both static sag and with the rider on there. But okay, do you have any other ones?
Maybe.
Did the chat come alive, or did everybody finally leave?
Yeah, there's a couple. Dave Black. I ordered a Stark today. Probably threw away $100, but as a hedge, if this is 80% of what they're claiming, it'll be awesome. Looking forward to making maps that feel both like my 300XC and my Husky 501.
Cool. You know about the Stark? Is this electric bike yet?
We need people stoked on bikes.
Yeah,
that's good.
No, that's good. I mean, if it is actually 80% of what they claim, that would be a really good bike. But I mean,
if it gets this dude out riding,
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, no, David Black, or what is that his name?
Dave Black.
Dave Black. Yeah, his bike's in the garage. It's couched to that car.
Oh yeah, he has a nice bike.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
throttle sticky.
Oh, you've been sitting on it, huh?
You drive by the restaurant. How do you not go by a motorcycle and not
turn the throttle?
Yeah.
Don't do that on my bikes.
My bikes have reduced clutches, and if it's running, it'll take off. I know. I'm very aware of that.
Yeah, be careful. That's one of the downsides to this thing. So,
my mom told me if things sound too good to be true, they're typically
too good to be true. Man, that was such a polished. You know what bothered me more than anything? You see how their hair? Those guys were styled up, man. They
did a good job.
The video is well produced,
yeah,
and it looked like they were getting on the Titanic in the movie. They were just. It was kind of. Yeah. Well, I mean, more power to them, man. If they come out and blow everybody out of the water, that would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
I'd want to ride it, but.
We're going to get to the tipping point where electric's going to take over, and we're just like the old
crotchety guys like Ricky. Ricky needs to burn gas.
Yeah.
Dude. You're not going to feel the vibration and beat on an electric motorcycle.
Yeah.
I get where they're going with it. It's cool.
They're going to put a little speaker on it. It's going to go bring, bring.
Yeah.
And if you could really ride this electric bike for 6 to 8 hours trail riding,
that would be cool because where you could go.
Yeah, but I have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, we're not sure about the range and power.
Motor.
Yeah. So, okay. Anything else?
Yes. Utah Desert Rider. Can you explain the advantages or disadvantages regarding fat front tire versus skinny front tire on trials terrain.
On trials terrain?
Yeah,
Maybe like enduro.
So like hard enduro.
trails terrain. Yeah.
Trails, like on trail riding.
TRA or TRI?
Yeah. Trials.
No.
Trail.
AI. TRAILS.
Like
Welcome
that one
to-
guy earlier had the Shinko fat
Yeah,
front. These are like really trendy with like people that go riding in the mountains,
Yeah. So
like on plated bikes. I feel like this is a trend lately.
trail riding with the fat tires is a thing. Yeah, the 9100. So the fat tires. It's gone back and forth in motocross. And I know there was timing. Motocross guys will try anything if they think it's going to be faster. And there was a time when they went for the fat tires and skinny and fat. And so it's a personal thing, and it depends on the tire, because just like every tire, the size can be, one thing and it looks like something different. So, but there are tires that are called fatty. Golden Tire makes a fatty. Shinko, of course, has one that's kind of popular, and then Kenda has them. They have the same tire in both 8100 and 9100, or 80 or not. What is it? 8100?
Yeah.
8100, 9100, because there's some that are 9090s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dunlop makes a 9090s. There's all different kinds of shapes and profiles. Where I know the people that I've actually, when I was doing King of the Motos, speaking of trials or whatever, the Golden Tire guy gave, for our volunteer riders, he gave us a stack of front tires, and there were these fatty front tires. And a couple of the guys kind of looked at them and went, like that, but they ended up taking them. And every single one of those guys came back and they said, man, that was the best tire I'd ever used. And these guys weren't necessarily riding the hard trails. They were riding in the sand, and it just gives it a little bit more float. And it does float a little bit more in the sand, and sometimes it has a little bit more cushion. Sometimes they're a little bit heavier and they feel more stable because of it. So there's a lot of different pros and cons to it. I find my biggest problem when you're in the mountains, like when you get into ruts and stuff, they tend to grab ruts quite a bit harder.
Like they tread squirm.
Yeah. Well, it depends on where you're at on the tire. It depends on the tire. Yeah, and some of the fatty tires are made with softer compounds. Like, for instance, I know some of the Golden, the more extreme tires are, so you get a little bit tread squirm, and I've noticed it was more pronounced, like Andrew was just saying. There's different kinds of things, but it's worth trying. The cool thing about a tire is if you don't like it, you just take it off.
They're real personal. I feel like
Yeah.
once you find something that you like, you should stick with it.
Yeah, stick with it until you hear that somebody else has something that's better than you, and then try theirs. And then go on the internet and tell everybody how it's the best thing ever.
And then ask your questions on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, then help me answer these questions. Okay.
All right.
Cool. Do we have anything else? I think that's about it.
Hey, let's talk about the valve dropping experience. I know Matt keeps trying to dodge this.
What? We need another commercial break, guys.
No.
Commercial break until next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Very long.
So Matt did. I don't like to post pictures of my own stuff that's gone wrong, but so we were out doing a little bit of rally riding, and I told Matt, yeah, you can take this KTM 500. It's a little bit ticky. And I don't know, like, this is kind of a new tick that I'm not super familiar with. I said, so if it gets worse, let me know. And sure enough, he pulled up next to me and he goes, does this sound worse? And I listened to it. I'm like, yeah, that's worse. And it was good because Matt, although he knows how to push the buttons on this show,
those are the only buttons I know how to push.
Not the most handy guy with the tools in the shop, right?
Yeah, I don't really absorb all of the good information that I hear on this show, mostly because I'm frantically pushing buttons.
Right. So anyways, I said, Matt, you know how to get back. We were probably 20 miles from the truck or something, which was basically straight across this big giant valley and a big giant graded dirt road straight there. And I'm like, you know how to get back? He's like, yeah. It's kind of nervous anyway. So he said, yeah, okay. And I said, just take it easy, ride slow. And the good thing was he didn't just get on the road and send it. He started riding back slow, but not necessarily on the big graded dirt road. He went a special way, I guess.
So this is where my confusion came in, because there was it. So you said, you didn't say the main road, you said the power line road. And then there's a second set of power lines that started, and it looked like it was graded to go towards this other set of power lines, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I remember a distinct trail that looked like the main road went with these other power lines. So I
kind of like
followed
when your
that
road
one.
looks great. Like this road. Well, we were on your road book when this happened.
Oh yeah.
Tricky Rick.
It was Tricky Ricky.
Oh, hey, that's a good road book, dude. Sorry to confuse you, but I confused Jimmy quite a lot the first time we wrote it.
Okay, so anyways, you got on the ride. So here's to make a long story longer. So I'm riding back to the truck, and I'm coming on the road book, and I'm coming. I have to go over that embankment to ride right into the bar. Trail ends at a bar, amazingly. So kind of came over this, and I look about 200 yards down the road, and I see Matt standing on top of this hill on the embankment, just standing there, and I'm like, why is he standing there? And I know in my head, I know what it is. The bike had to be broken. I'm like, how did you get a ride all the way there? I figured the bike's out in the desert someplace because I couldn't see it. It was down in the ravine. And as I rode up, the bike wasn't working, and I went over and I'm like, well, what happened? He goes, well, it made a ticking noise.
Oh no, I said it made a very loud sound, and then it sounded horrible after that. And I just shut the bike off. And I tried to start it briefly.
You did not shut that bike off.
No.
Like,
sorry. No, it was dying. And it was stalling. And then I was like, oh shit. But right when I was going for the kill switch, it had died. I should clarify.
Okay. So it shut down.
It shut off when I was trying to, I was like getting on the brakes.
Yeah. So the valve, basically, I'll tell you what happened is the retainer clips popped out from holding the valve. And then the valve was falling down, and the piston was bouncing it back up and down in the head until it was probably when you were going at enough RPM, it didn't have enough time to fall all the way out, and then it finally snapped the head off the valve, and then it fell out and did some damage, a little bit of damage. But here's where I just, you were probably like within a minute or two of the truck.
I was 1,000 feet from the truck.
If we could have cut the duration of that ride by 3 minutes, that motor would not have grenaded.
No, it would have been close, but it was.
It would have been close, but it would be. I still would know where that tick noise was coming from,
right?
Because I've been looking for this, and so now I've got actually the other bike that's in the back of this truck makes a kind of a similar noise, and now I'm a little bit scared to ride it. So, but now it actually wore out the keepers on the valve. I've never seen this before, and I mean, maybe this is a KTM thing, but like I've never seen it on Hondas. I've got I have XRs that ran forever, but then they probably didn't rev that high and stuff. But anyways, that's what happened, and I'm gonna find out about head repair or buy new parts, or who knows. Anybody know anybody who does good head repair? Let me know. I have never had to have this done before. So,
you need to rehold it?
Rehold the head? No, it's gonna have to have some parts welded, and new valve guides and valve seats put into it. It's a full on.
It's cheaper to buy a new head.
Cheaper to buy a new head. Here from the source.
Yeah.
So maybe that's in Honda world. Have you seen how much KTM heads cost?
Nope. How much does new head cost?
Cheaper than a blowjob?
$700. The blowjobs out here are free. But what about?
I was gonna say, what's the per ump head cost?
Blowing pretty hard right now.
Yeah, Logan. We're talking about the wind blowing off the desert.
Yeah, the whistle going into your RV.
The whistle. Yeah. Yep. And don't get confused with that term whistle dick. You're a whistle dick.
Oh.
So, okay. Well, I think that about wraps it up. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Tell your friends that they can potentially get $100 from Taco Moto. I'd like to thank Yamaha for bringing you this awesome show. Sponsoring Andrew Short tonight. whose shoes almost blew off out in the desert because they're so lightweight. Let's see, Climb for keeping me super warm while I'm riding today, and then cool when it gets hot.
And you matched today.
And I matched my gear matched today. DDC Sprockets, Johnny Campbell Racing.
Yeah.
Ricky Brabeck, he's selling T-shirts for the Dakar. Americans are coming.
I got some of those, but I'm working on some new stuff.
Some new stuff.
Tech was like next week, dude.
Yeah. He has to wait to release all his stuff.
I'm already done.
Yeah. Follow Ricky on social media. Follow Andrew on social media. No, they won't share this show.
Yeah, I already shared it, dude. But submit your videos, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
please submit videos.
Why am I the only one doing Tech Taco Tuesday video submission?
We had a really good one. We had a really good one that he did tonight. I'm for sure it's going on the show next week, and you're going to have to top that one. So video submissions are always going to be a heads up. And then, send a photo of the bike too. Video submission, send a photo, include your email so we can get to it. Tell us a little bit about the bike without a whole epic. And that's it. Johnny Campbell, thanks again for coming in. Kendall Norman's not with us at the moment.
He's here in spirit.
He's asleep. Yeah.
Last one awake, first one dead.
I'm this close to that.
Yeah, everybody here is a little tired. I've been on the vendor schedule for a little bit, but it's rally training 101. We're gonna go practice coloring road books tomorrow morning. So with that, we will see you out in the trail, and cheers.
See you guys.